Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
Hello?
Tracy, it's Phil.
Phil, where the hell are you guys? I'm freaking out.
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
What are you talking about?
The bachelor party, the whole night. Things got out of control and, we lost Doug.
What?
We can't find Doug.
What are you saying, Phil? We're getting married in 5 hours.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Jaret. It's a podcast here called Jaret Goes to the Movies. This week we're talking about the movie The Hangover. I remember when I saw this in the theater, I didn't know anything about it, because this one I think, like, somehow it's like
totally caught me off guard,
like
too.
a fucking right hook to everybody. We just, like, I remember seeing, like, some previews or whatever, and, like, but I didn't feel like it was ever really crammed down my throat, you know, and then, so then, obviously it had, we'll talk about this, but it had the huge opening weekend, and then it was fucking everywhere, you know?
Yep.
But I didn't know anything about it, so this opening scene of it being, you know, we fucked up, and then, how did we get here? Yikes. It's very Pulp Fiction-y. Even this music, kind of Pulp Fiction-y.
It was almost, it was Memento-ish.
Absolutely. Mentos, the fresh maker?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? A fucking Foo Fighters candy? My name's Jaret. I think I said that. I like to introduce myself. I used to have trouble saying my name. I didn't have trouble saying it. I just thought it sounded funny when I said it, and I do fine now. I like to hit the T, though. I like to, you know, like Jaret, so that people aren't like
Jared.
Jared or Gerald or
Janet.
Jerry, Janet. That happens from time to time.
When you have your backpack.
Sometimes I, actually, this happened the other day. I was at the doctor in the waiting room, and they said, Janet? And I go, are you sure you don't mean Jaret? And she goes, I think so. And I go, okay. It's just because, like, a lot of times in this situation, somebody will say Janet, and then I don't say anything, and then I don't want to lose my place.
So as long as you're not at the gyno, you'll be fine.
It wasn't me.
He overextends his little R's.
Janet was in the restroom.
He's overcompensating for something.
Me?
No.
He's got low T.
I do, actually. Working on that, though. Yeah, I've got that. But I started on this regimen with the patch. I wear the patch now.
Do you?
Yeah, it's good.
I got tested for it because I was concerned, but then he went over all the symptoms, and he goes, I don't think you do, but just tell me that you think you do, and then insurance will pay for it. So I had the test done. He said he called me, and then he never called me, so I don't know what happened.
Did you go to like a low T place or the doctor?
The doctor. Yeah.
Because you can go. That's the thing. Is you can go to the low T place and just tell them, I think I have low T, and they'll just go, cool.
For free.
But I don't know. No, I mean, your insurance has to kick in or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I have a question about that patch.
I think it's the same test.
If you put it on your penis, does it make you fuck hard?
It doesn't. You're not supposed to put it on your penis.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, the directions are a little loose as far as like where you can put it, but I mean, and Casey and I've had some, you know, some fun times in there. Like while I'm getting dressed, be like, where should we put it today? And you know, but nothing like that.
Patch.
Yeah, nothing like that fun. You don't put it like in something.
If you wear the patch and you watch Terms of Endearment, does it cancel each other out?
Yeah, for some reason. Yeah, just like you wear the patch, somebody dies of cancer, you don't even fucking cry. It's fucking weird. Just, you know, you just hold it together. You know, like a patch does.
Is that what it's for?
Have I introduced you yet, Rich?
No.
With me, as always, is Rich.
What's up?
Man, nothing. I don't know. We had a...
I didn't really mean for you to answer the question. It was just more of a hi.
Yeah, well, I pick and choose. Yeah, I don't know. We started off as a weird vibe today during 5 questions with Ashley C. It was a little rough, and then Will started drinking, and Casey showed up.
We had a great conversation about...
I think it's fine now.
Marvel movies and DC movies, so if you're interested in that, you should check out the Patreon outtakes.
Yeah, the outtakes available to all of our Patreon supporters. My wife is here. She's lovely.
Hello.
Hello. And she's sleepy. Been a long day for you. Been a long day for us today, hasn't it?
I feel like it's been a long day, yeah.
Yeah, but by the time you're listening to this, we will actually be in the United Kingdom, and Rich will be with us. We'll be over there for the
we're actually
Slam Dunk
already
Festival.
back from...
Oh, we're already back. Yeah, how did we do? I feel like we did fine. Will is back from his deathbed. Will, I was listening to the podcast from like 2 weeks ago, and you were already sick. So you really been fighting this one.
I've been sick for about 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah, and so turns out you had walking pneumonia.
I don't think I had walking pneumonia. I think I had an acute bronchitis.
Right. It doesn't sound very cute.
I think that Vietnamese doctor was just trying to get you in to put her finger up your ass again.
That's a side effect of the finger rape. Yeah.
Did that happen or no?
What, finger rape?
Yeah. No, just a finger up the ass from the doctor.
Well, not this time.
Got it. I don't mind that. I don't know. It doesn't bug me. I mean, when they press...
It would be if they're about to examine your throat.
They press super hard. Oh, yeah, and you're just getting a hand up the ass for... Wait a minute. Hold on. Just a second. It seems like you're going the long way.
Yeah. Can you change gloves?
How is this
as long
happening?
As they finish.
Stick their finger up there and ask me to cough. I'm like, coughing's not a problem.
Right. Oh, because you've got bronchitis. I get it. Yeah, I mean... the thing is, like, I had to start getting colonoscopies when I was in my like early 20s because I had ulcerative colitis, and I still do. It's just it's remissed at this point. And so I don't know, when you've had 36 inches of a tube up your ass, like a little finger, doesn't even really, even if he's got sausage fingers, I can take it.
Is that the thing that Brock Lesnar had?
Who's Brock Lesnar?
Oh, okay, never mind. WWE, and he fought in the UFC.
Yeah, I don't. But why? Never mind. Just because I don't know who it is. Like, just explain it. I don't know. What do you mean?
That guy. Well, he was in Canada training, and he had something with his stomach, and they had to remove like half of his intestines.
That does happen from time to time.
So maybe it was that.
Could have been. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, mine was a pain in the ass for years. And but it's fine now. It's I take medication. It's under control, and I have to get them colonoscopies like every 3 years now. Which everybody our age is supposed to start getting them like every 5 anyway. So I get like a.
What does that entail? Because I don't think I've had
one. Entail.
Exactly that. Entail.
It's changed a lot. So when I was a kid, when I was in my 20s. They didn't put you under, so you had to take this thing, and like it is brutal. It was fucking brutal, and even my doctor, like, is just like, I don't know how people did it. Like, it's crazy that we used to do this to people. I'm serious. And so, but now they put you under, and essentially just go in there with a camera and take a bunch of pictures, and then the camera's got like a little
pictures like at the end of this movie, or.
Well, they're a little different. Yeah, they're pictures of the inside of your intestines.
The inside, gotcha.
And you're all cleaned out because you have to do like a fasting and enemas and shit. And but the camera has a little claw, and so like if you've got polyps or whatever, it can like take samples of it and shit. It's fucking science.
Is that what gives you the raspy voice, the polyps?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a raspy voice, do I? I do right now.
You personally.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, my wife Simone, she says the absolute worst part of it is the colon blow to clear yourself out. It makes her so sick.
Oh yeah, it's the fucking worst. And that has changed a lot too. Like the day before the prep or whatever, like what you have to drink and what you have to do and all that stuff. But it's much. It gets, I don't know. Some people would rather have like the stuff that you drink, but back in the day, like they just give you like these little enemas and you'd shove them up your ass and like squeeze it up there. It's like
Moon River.
like doing like nasal spray up your butt. Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's nothing, like totally non-invasive. and that is it. But now you have to drink like a gallon of this stuff that just, it's bad. It just
You even introduce Will.
Yeah.
No, I'm not to that point yet.
Yeah, you did. You totally did.
No, I didn't. I just said Will's been sick, but I didn't say that the King of Sting.
Yeah, I didn't hear King of Sting either.
The golden boy, Will, is
Well,
here.
before you get on that, actually, for people that don't have family histories or a history of issues, there's a test that you can do where you just take a little poopy and scrape it into a tube and mail it off.
Yeah,
I do that regularly and not.
Nobody even asks him.
Yeah, nobody even asks for
No,
So-
there's a little commercial
Yeah.
thing. There's a little guy, and his name's
There's a
like,
little
I'm-
seal for it.
So if they find something, go in for a full colonoscopy. But if everything's clear and you don't have a history and stuff, you're good.
I love that. Like, this is the second week in a row we've put like some health tips. You know what I mean? Because last week I talked about some shit. I don't remember what it was.
We talked about HPV and hepatitis.
Oh, that's right. And hepatitis and all that. You missed all that shit.
Jaret goes to the doctor.
My wife had colon cancer, so serious.
Yes.
And we're back to terms of endearment.
Damn it!
Way to bring it down, Will.
Give me a patch.
We love our supporters. Our supporters are on Patreon. If you're interested in being a even bigger part of the show, then go check that out. We want to thank James Glacken, who updated his support pledge from $5 to $10, and now will join us on our monthly Skype hangouts, which we'll be doing one of those next weekend, or actually the weekend,
That we
like
get back.
here
Yeah.
in a couple of days. And thanks to Dave Kai Piper, who upped his from $10 to $21. He is now an executive producer.
Yay.
Speaking of executive producers, our executive producers are David Murray, Ashley C., who you will hear from later on in this program, Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, David Dooley, Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, who was at my Bowling for Soup show the other day and seemed to have had a really good time, Rodon James, Eddie Weiss, colonblowband.com, Lisa Wenzel, Sean Umbeck, Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, Tyler McCullough, Abby Borden, Mark Ryan, Swee Hurst, Josh Millman, Jason Randall, Braden Hazel, and David Kai Piper.
That's right.
Yes.
Good list.
It is. It's a good, it's nice, you know? It's like, and plus it's nice to just roll the credits before the show, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, we like that.
We're not fucking George Lucas.
Y'all didn't like that in The Outsiders.
Yeah, wasn't it like 15 minutes or something like that, you know? But at least you get to fast forward past that part. Well, this week, we're talking about The Hangover. In 2009, three buddies wake up from a bachelor party in Las Vegas with no memory of the previous night, and the bachelor is missing. They make their way around the city in order to find their friend before his wedding. Pretty good synopsis, actually.
Not bad.
You know, but as always here on Jaret Goes to the Movies, we leave no stone unturned. So here he is with his alternate synopsis, Mr. Richard Coleman.
The Hangover. Three guys with average-sized penises lose their best friend to a guy with a micro penis, but thanks to a guy with a giant penis, they finally realize right where they left him. Doomed to get married.
Damn.
Oh my God. That's actually like funnier that's deep. And that got that's really funny. Jesus Christ.
I love it when you,
You know
tell
it's
me
funny if
something's
Jared
funny.
tells you it's funny.
Oh my God, though. I mean, that's like, and then that's how they figured out a guy with a really large penis.
I was being a little stereotyping.
A little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Time to time. But I mean, you know, to be fair,
I don't think they mind.
one stereotype, it's the evidence is right there.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, I don't know if you consider that micro. Again, I think there's a lot of bush going on.
You think it's all
And
bush?
it just seems like it's just
It's
kind
like
of
6 inches
he's
of
just
bush.
hiding in there. Yeah, dude, that could be a thing. That could be a
It
thing.
started way at the top and it was just hanging down and then popped out.
Yeah, and just that
I
was
get
just
it. Yeah,
it.
I
you
can
know?
see that. I
He
can
was
see
like
that.
he was, and you know what? I mean, they could have froze him in that fucking trunk. Could have. It's in the desert, but they could have just cooled that motherfucker off. And
So did we all watch a range of versions of this movie?
Probably.
I think we did actually because, as we're diving into this, there's a couple of the clips that I didn't recognize at all, but now the way that we do the show is Rich has the clips for me before I watch. So I would be sitting there watching the movie and then go back and listen. I'm like, oh shit, that's from the conversation that just happened, but they didn't say that. And so, but anyway, I mean, you know, the theme is kind of the same. Did you not see Ding Ding in yours?
So I watched the TBS version.
Oh,
and
So
I think
no Ding Ding.
No, I think it's the full cut of the theatrical release. They just mute the swear words and blur the nudity.
Funny.
Okay.
Well, there wasn't much to blur. It was like 1 pixel.
Well, there was a boob. There was old man butt. There was
old man.
Oh
butt.
yeah.
Oh my God, the old man
There was-
butt.
The craziest old man butt ever made.
They did a casting call for the weirdest looking old man
I
they
swear
could
to
find.
God, I thought that exact same thing. I thought they had to have just fucking really reached out for this one.
Yep.
Like, we will pay top dollar for the grimace butt.
So when I saw the Asian dude jump out naked and they blurred his crotch, I just assumed he had an enormous penis. I'm not racist.
So our cast, of course, Bradley Cooper plays Phil. Now this is his breakout role. We've seen him before in Wedding Crashers, and again, I think we talked about this. We're like,
Yeah, was it? I think
But
it
this
was.
got him like the People Magazine sexiest
Yeah,
man of the
and
year. Like
everyone agrees with it too, right? The guy is
yeah,
very attractive.
It's insane.
Yeah,
and
he's got shapes.
he kind of came in, but the thing is, again, we talked about this in Wedding Crashers. I think he wasn't unattractive then.
no.
It's just, here he's got
He
the
has
hair.
swagger on
He's got
this
the
one.
hair here. I think he's a little thinner. He's put together. Plus, this character is just badass.
Yes.
He's a fucking a elementary school teacher who just doesn't give a shit about anything, and just everything. It's, I get it. I get why Zach Galifianakis' character just wants to be him.
so awesome.
He loves Phil.
In real life, Bradley Cooper would like to get his PhD and just teach literature and English in college.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard him talking about that on Howard Stern, but I don't
he
know.
was
Well,
at-
James Franco.
He was in one of the the actor studio. What's that?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was in one of the videos.
Yeah, like he was in the.
Asking questions.
oh,
in
he
the
was
studio.
one of the kids.
yeah.
He's the
yeah.
only person to ever have been in the studio and been on the show as the guest.
Oh, that's
No
right.
shit.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
That is some good ass wacky trivia. Will.
He was in the one for what's that guy that's in everything? And he's a mobster. He's shit.
De Niro.
De Niro. He was in Robert De Niro's and somebody else's, but
Which is awesome because didn't they do a movie together?
yeah.
Yeah, a big one. The one where he's getting out of the insane asylum or whatever.
Silver
right?
Linings
Yeah.
Playbook. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
great fucking movie, by the way. Did you like that movie?
I did.
And also they were in the Joy together.
Okay, cool. Well, he's great in this, and I actually thought he played an amazing villain in Wedding Crashers.
Definitely.
And I remember thinking that he was somewhat striking in Wedding Crashers, but again, this takes him to the next level.
Isn't he in another movie though where he's in like a weird raccoon suit or something?
So, yes, he is the raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy, which
we talk about in the pre-show in the outtakes.
yes, absolutely. So
detail.
if you want to hear us talk a little bit more, and my thoughts on that movie and how good I thought it was, you can find the outtakes on our Patreon page. Ed Helms plays Stu. So I don't think I put it back together until you said it just now, in the pre-show, that Ed Helms was on The Daily Show for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so you're right, man. That fucking show just,
They crank out people.
man, a lot of people
Not
came from
anymore,
that.
but
Yeah.
they used to.
Man, he's amazing, and my wife loves The Office.
U.S. version.
And Ed Helms is on that.
Right.
Now, Zach Galifianakis is amazing. He runs away with a lot of the scenes in this movie.
He's such a genius.
And so the funny thing is, I never knew who that guy was, and of course, I shouldn't have, because we discovered him in Bowling for Soup on our tour bus because of his stand-up, and his stand-up is just, it's so different than anybody else.
Plays
But it's
piano and
smart.
stuff, right?
It's really, really smart, but he's real good at the uncomfortable silence and just the oddities. And
Yeah, he's really wry, right?
yeah, and he like plays piano the whole time, and then the next thing you know, he's just laying on the floor and he's just like, I'm so fat, like, I mean, the guy's a genius. And if you haven't seen his early stand up, it's on Netflix. Do yourself a favor, even if you're a huge fan of his movies now. I think it'll be interesting for you if you haven't ever seen it, because it'll take you a minute to adjust to him not being character because he's just an odd dude. But
he's in a crazy show called Baskets on FX.
Okay, I watched 4 episodes on the plane and I loved it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Louis Anderson plays his
right?
Louis Anderson plays his mother.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he is essentially this dude who has, he's got like 2 adopted brothers who are like these like famous DJs, and they're I mean, it's a fucking crazy movie.
He trained to be a clown in France, but now he's trying to be a rodeo clown. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah,
and then probably his most famous work is the Between Two Ferns.
Between Two Ferns, where he's had presidents and every actor in the world.
Wannabe presidents.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a very, very famous internet sensation, that guy. But I don't know, man. I mean, he's in some big movies. The one with Will Ferrell where they were running for
that's so
the
good.
candidate
or something like that.
Keeping Up with the Joneses was really good with him too.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
And he can play serious roles too, which is it's terrifying because when comedians go back and forth between funny and
what has he done that's serious?
Baskets is a little bit serious sometimes, but he's done a couple of serious movies. And I have not seen them because I don't have any interest in that. But I do know that he's...
I thought Baskets was like a comedy, but it's not.
It's darky kind of... Is it dark? Yeah.
It's a darkish kind of comedy, yeah.
But like, I mean...
What's it about?
Sometimes there's just like he's making you feel emotions is what I'm saying.
It's about a guy who trained to be a clown in France.
I think we just said this.
Moved back home to Bakersfield or something with his girlfriend. She leaves him. He tries to be a rodeo clown and befriends a bunch of quirky people.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Doug is played by Justin Bartha. And Doug is barely even in the fuck movie.
Right, yeah.
But does a fantastic job as playing the groom. Heather Graham, possibly my favorite casting in the movie, plays Jade, the prostitute whom Ed Helms will marry. Jeffrey Tambor has been in shit my whole life.
Yeah.
That dude is so good in everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Then you've got Ken Jeong, who plays Mr. Chow, who you think that he has a micro penis.
Not that I think. I have video
That
evidence.
dude's been in a bunch of shit. He's been on a couple of
he's
sitcoms.
So funny.
And man, he just gets funnier as this, like in Hangover 2, he's amazing.
If you've ever seen the show...
it's the one with Chevy Chase and the guy from
what the hell is it called?
from The Soup or whatever.
Community.
If you've ever seen the show called Community, he kills it in that. Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
Rachel Harris plays Melissa. Rachel Harris has been in a lot of shit over the years, a lot of commercials and things like that.
Yeah, she came from The Daily Show too, right?
I don't know. I think I'd have to probably investigate that, but
doesn't ring a bell for me.
I mean, she's like the mom in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which my kids really like. And she's on that show Lucifer, and she was in that show Suits. But I mean, I remember her being in like a ton of commercials. She's in a bunch of the Funny or Die stuff.
Her calling card is those black glasses, right?
Yep, absolutely. She was in Reno 911, Sarah Silverman program, shit like that. But I mean, she's been at it for a long time. Oh, this is
Actress
TV
Rachel
too.
Harris left The Daily Show in 2003 after spending only 1 season as a correspondent.
There you go. She was.
So she was on The Daily Show too.
Yeah, which, gosh, we got a lot of Daily Show alumni here because the next one listed is Rob Riggle, who, was a retired Marine and Green Beret, I guess, or something. Yeah. And, now he sells hotel rooms. But for him, it's always that just over-the-top delivery of, like, just him.
I love him.
Him and Step Brothers.
So funny.
Just as the friend of the douchebag brother is so perfect. And, of course, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is back.
What part did he play?
On The Hangover.
This was his comeback, right? His public...
It is a big deal that he was in this movie, and the fact that he played, that he played himself. And then just the fact that he did that Phil Collins song, was like he was going on all the talk shows and doing that. And which, if you're Zach Galifianakis, I guess you just fucking feel that right hook right after that drum fill. And it does not look good.
I always remember in the 80s when he was in that Pepsi commercial and he's running along and everyone's following him like it's Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard him talk for the very first time. I'm like, what the fuck just came out of that giant scary man's mouth?
Honorable mention is going to go to Todd Phillips himself. who is the director of this movie. He plays the creepy guy in the elevator, but you will know him as the guy from the movie where they all go back to Old School, who rings the doorbell and is just like, "Yeah, I'm here for the gangbang." Yeah. So that's also him. He's the creepy guy in the elevator that's like, "We're going up," and that's how they end up on the roof anyway.
Oh, right.
Which I didn't really notice until this particular time. And then, of course, we've got the Dan Band in this movie also.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, and in this
the one they were in the other movie.
So they were also in Old School, and that was like, "I fucking need you now tonight."
No, that's Wedding Singer.
I fucking need you now.
I thought the same thing.
Oh, you're right. It is. It's whatever.
I thought the same thing.
That was, he was hilarious in this.
That is the same band that was singing "I Need You Fucking Now." Tonight.
It is, yeah. And
you can still hire them for stuff. People like hire them for their wedding.
Well, I was at a wedding once, and there was going to be this surprise musical guest, and everybody was like, "You're not going to believe who it is," and it's like going to be. And I fucking guessed it. And sure enough, but it's when he plays now, it's just him and these two dancers who are like dressed up. So it's like,
there's no band?
There's no band.
Oh,
but,
that sucks.
But he does have a live album as the Dan Band, and it's really funny because he does the shit all the time and, just put swear words where they don't belong.
Yep, he was real flat in this.
Well, he was rapping. I mean, wasn't he doing like fucking...
He was doing 50 Cent.
Yeah, Fit Candy Shop. Yeah, it's like, I don't know that he was actually singing tones.
Okay.
I'm not sure how that works.
Well, it was flat.
Again, I don't rap.
Rich, it was supposed to be funny. Fuck.
Jesus Christ. Give the guy a break.
I just wanted him to hit the notes.
There weren't notes.
Okay.
What's Rich's deal? Doug, I was thinking, if you want to go to Vegas without me, that is totally cool,
What are you talking about?
Well, Phil and Stu, they're your buddies, and it's your bachelor party, and...
Come on, Alan, those two love you.
So I also don't want you to feel like you have to hold back because your wife's brother's there,
It's not like that. It's not like that. I already told you, Alan. Okay? We're just spending the night in Vegas. It's no big deal. Besides, you're not just my wife's brother, you're my brother now.
He's pulling his pants off with his jock strap.
He's getting really close to my shaft.
All I saw was a blur.
Yeah. You didn't even get to see the jock strap?
No, it was all blurry.
Oh, damn it.
I couldn't tell if he had weird underwear on or if he was naked.
That's funny.
So back to the first call, when she's sitting there. So one of the things that I really hadn't remembered from past viewings was just her dad in general, the bride's dad. And he's sitting there and she's just like, the mom's like, "Are you asking where he is? Where is he?" or whatever. And the dad's just like, "It's Vegas, honey." Like you lose track of time in Vegas. He's probably on a heater and you never walk away from a heater. And later in the movie, Zach gets on a heater and
Right.
it just, a lot of full circle stuff. But, he shows him the car and he's going to let him take this fucking insane car. And, he's like, "Just remember what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except herpes. That shit will come back with you." So the dad is just awesome.
So on the next scene, when Phil is at the school getting the field trip money, is he stealing the
Yes,
money?
He's stealing the money.
Yeah, so...
He was saying it was $90 for a trip to some museum. Like, I'm sure he's taking them to
Right, and then and they're all in separate envelopes and everything, and he's just like putting it all together.
The way I took it was at some fucking rich people prep school.
Yeah, the parents would
And
never know the difference.
Yeah, the parents would know the difference at all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where it would be $9, yes, for like
90. Yeah, just put an extra zero in there. It's fine.
And he's in the car bitching about his life, but his wife is fucking hot as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's actually, we didn't put her in the cast, but she has been in a shitload of movies.
She's real famous. I
Yeah.
recognize her right away.
But yeah, but I don't think we're supposed to know that yet. Like, I think that's part of like the whole coming home and being like, dude, I'm just fucking glad to be home. But we do get the line here while they're waiting on him to come out, and Zach Galifianakis is just all like, "I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be." And
We're too close. You have to park that close?
Yeah, and you're thinking it's going to be because he got the shit kicked out of him in school or something.
I thought he was, at first I thought he was worried about the car. Like he's too close to the curb.
Oh, okay. And then he's just like, "I'm not supposed to be in front of, be 20 feet, within 20 feet of a school." or a Chuck E. Cheese. So he has a joke in his stand-up. We were talking about his stand-up. He does a whole bit about, because he just looks really burly and just big or whatever. And he's just like, I just don't understand why they won't let me in Chuck E. Cheese by myself. Like, why do you have to have a kid to go to Chuck E. Cheese?
I've heard that bit. Yeah, that's good.
So it's really hard to get a table for one.
That's what it is. Yeah. It's hard to get this. Thank you, Will. It's hard to get, when you look like this, it's hard to get a table for one at Chuck E. Cheese. That's what it is.
And you know what else? Honestly, why would I risk this for, a couple of minutes of some 19-year-old hard body in a schoolgirl outfit?
Yeah.
Why would I ever need,
You're right. And if you ever do...
What?
I will fucking kick your ass.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That is exactly what I need to hear.
Not to mention, it's pathetic. Those places are filthy. And the worst part is, that little girl grinding and dry humping the fucking stage up there, that's somebody's daughter
up there. I was just going to say that.
See? I just wish your friends were as mature as you.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Paging Dr. Faggot.
This is my ex-wife.
Okay, so...
Yeah, you've got a couple.
The second one.
Okay.
Seriously, watching this scene, I had a flashback.
Like you were in Nom or something?
Yeah, seriously, I'm not even kidding. It was like a wave that went over me like, oh my God, I've had this conversation. When they're walking from one room in through the kitchen, and then they walk into the living room, and when they're in the kitchen, he says something, and then he tries to kiss her on the cheek, and then she leans away.
Yeah.
As he's leaning in. That has happened to me so many times. It's not even funny. That whole scene happened to me.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's brutal. Just how, you're just like, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
Rich, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. I mean, I'm fucking serious. That's horrible.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I, on one occasion, trying to be hilarious, but I guess was too dry about it. And maybe we were too early in our relationship, but he was going to play golf with his friends. So on his way out, I was like, make good choices. And he literally was like, did you just say that in front of my friends? I was like, I was fucking with you. You're going to golf. Clearly you're going to make no good choices.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing good that comes out of that.
If I went to go kiss Simone on the cheek and she pulled away from me, I would die inside.
Right?
I would literally die inside.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's a chipping away effect. I'll tell you that.
I love that she thinks he's going to Napa the whole time too, because he can't admit that they're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
It's like, and Phil's like
you can't get fucked up around ladies in Napa.
Well, that's what I thought too.
That's
I was
red wine drinking. Ladies that are trying to act classy but are really just sloppy.
Worse.
I think it is worse. I thought about that. I was
they're all on all girls trips, so there's no dudes around.
100%.
And everyone's like girls trip, but nobody really means it.
You are so fucking spot on, which is why you will never go to Napa.
Didn't they make?
Katie wanted to plan a trip.
That's not happening.
There's a movie about that, right?
There is.
What's it called?
But
it's the worst movie ever.
Sideways.
Yes, Sideways. Yeah.
Ugh. I know I've seen that movie, but I never store it in my brain.
I hate wine snobs.
I thought you said that was one of your favorite movies.
I've never seen it.
Oh, someone told us that was Sideways was their famous movie that was in here.
I don't know. I just know that
could be someone random like Tim.
The guy that
was Tim.
There
was fucking Tim.
No way, Tim.
Yes,
Sideways.
It was Tim.
The guy that's in that movie that's on that sitcom Wings or whatever.
Ask Tim if he likes the movie Sideways.
It
probably was him because he grew up 20 miles from it.
Ever. Oh, hold on. Tim.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Well, I'm fucking drinking. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, we were sitting here talking about...
Anal probe?
No.
Sideways.
No, we were talking about the movie Sideways.
Yeah, I just find it funny.
It's not
it's not funny.
No,
There's
it's
nothing funny about it.
Okay,
nothing.
Relax.
Just ask him.
So is that your favorite movie?
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Must have been somebody else.
Yeah, it had to have been. I mean,
it was an amazing movie, but I've never seen it before. I watched it this week.
Okay. So I don't know. Either way, we can never get a straight answer. Ever since he moved to Seattle, it's been crazy.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. It sounds like a cool job to me.
All right.
But he gets in the car and he's just like he's having to tell him that he told her she was going to nap because you can't go to Vegas, but she can fuck a bellhop on Carnival Cruise Lines. you know?
It was the bartender.
Yeah, he's like, it was a bartender. And you know what? If the truth be known, he didn't even come inside her. And he goes, oh, that's what she tells you. No, I can just tell you that she does not like semen.
Also, never mind.
Oh, we're back into the thing, right? So it's on the nights where she had the special robe on. Where did you have to like come in a tissue or something, or
it was just the whole thing?
I don't
want to get into it, but it was a fucking whole thing.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
That
Rich.
sounds like a talk for the table.
Yeah.
We may have to. We need a weekend. Well, you know what? We're gonna have some table talks at the Slam Dunk Festival.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'd tell the story on a post.
Man, that's some shit people have to pay like $1,000 a month for.
Yeah, for table talk.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I don't know that we can ever
and
do
sign
that.
a contract, non-disclosure agreement.
Exactly.
We have a reservation under Dr. Price.
Okay, let me look that up for you.
Dr. Price? Stu, you're a dentist. Hey, don't try and get fancy.
It's not fancy if it's true.
He's a dentist. Don't get too excited. And if someone has a heart attack, you should still call 911.
We'll be sure to do that.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know if the hotel's pager friendly?
What do you mean?
I'm not getting a SIG on my beeper.
I'm not sure.
Is there a payphone bank? Bunch of payphones. Business.
But she's like, you have a phone in your room. Oh, okay, that'll be fine.
This is the only scene where I felt like Phil was a mean person.
Yeah, he was being an asshole.
Like, I mean, I was fine with him being an ass because all the rest of the movie he was just being me, actually.
Yep.
But here he was just being a mean person. Like he was being just mean, as opposed to being a friendly dick that's just fucking with you. You know what I mean?
See, I think him and Stu just have this relationship. The three of them have been friends the whole time. So, like, because I do think about this all the time.
It was shitty what he said
about the doctor thing.
I thought it was
in front of the girl, and he was basically demeaning him to build himself up for the girl. Like he needs any help to turn this girl on. He's fucking slamming. He's slamming him down.
I didn't pick it up. I didn't think that at all. I just thought it's just more of the fucking dude. Stop saying you're a fucking doctor. You're a dentist. You know, like that. It again. You have to. He's obviously been a dentist for quite some time. That this happens all the time.
He obviously has money. I mean, he's just fucking with him.
He was obviously using it as a mechanism to flirt with the girl, which I thought was shitty.
Yeah, I don't
Plus,
know
dentists are doctors.
There are doctors.
I see, and here's why I don't think that. I mean, because I didn't really see that he was flirting with the girl because Zach Galifianakis the whole time is doing all of this insanity, and he keeps laughing at him because he goes, hey, can I ask you a question? You probably get this a lot, but this isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
That was the fucking best.
She goes,
what?
What? And he goes, did Caesar ever live here? Yeah, I didn't think so. And Phil thinks that shit's hilarious.
Oh my God. I wonder how many times people do that now after this movie.
Oh,
they said after this movie, everyone asks about the pager signal and if Caesar lived there. They said,
"Oh no!"
for like a year afterwards, it was
because I instantly go, "Oh, I'm totally gonna do that tonight," and I went, "Oh, I'm probably not the first person that thought of that."
No, it's like the fucking time I fucking blew it with Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, they're not allowed. They're never going to be friends.
Oh my God, it's the fucking worst thing I've ever done. I for those of you who didn't hear that story,
I think about this all the time. I wasn't even there.
I told the guy we were going on Jimmy Kimmel with Patton Oswalt. We were all so excited. We're such big fans, and the whole day I kept fucking telling him, "Okay, guys, like let's not fucking make fools of ourselves and like do his shit to him, and all this. Like let's play it cool and just see how it goes, and maybe we can like go hang out or something." And sure enough, man, I was so drunk by the time we were done because there's a full bar on that show the whole time you're there. And I fucking walked up to him and, introduced myself. Hey, it's nice to meet you. And I was like, hey, I'm going to sneak this whiskey into the room in my belly. And he goes, that's fucking original, and walked away. And I was like, crushed.
Because you were like trying to show, look how big of a fan I am.
Exactly.
I know all your stuff. And he's like,
everybody else was watching this baseball game as the playoffs or whatever. And we're on the West Coast.
He's just a dickhead?
I don't think he's a dickhead. I think he's definitely one that you don't want to go up and do his own comedy to him, though.
Apparently.
And so,
while you're hammered.
Yeah, and so I had to like tell the dudes, guys, I did it. They're like, what? Yeah, I fucking did it. Not good. So Stu's going to get engaged and he brings the ring to the hotel room, and we get to see this ring that survived the Holocaust, and here is where I wonder if you think Phil is being mean, because is Phil being like really a fucking honest friend by just saying, dude, that chick is the worst. Don't fucking do it. You're going to be miserable.
I've done that before.
This is a terrible idea, But I mean, the thing that I like about Phil is he doesn't tiptoe around that relationship one time, ever. Just every single time she comes up. And he's always wanting to get Doug back to his wedding.
I think that's being a good friend.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's what I think too.
But he was doing it in the privacy of their friendship.
Yeah, if you're not just being like the whole, like if you're some asshole that's miserable and wants everybody else to be miserable, so like nobody should be married ever, like that's different. But he clearly sees a difference in the relationships.
Yeah, if he was in front of the counter girl going, get a load of this guy, he's going to give a ring to this bitch, and that's a dick move. But when you're doing it in private, you're like, look, this isn't good for you, I care about you. But he was doing it at the counter was terrible. But that was the only time he did that, so I gave him a pass, but I think it was sort of out of character.
Have you ever had to tell somebody, like, this relationship is terrible, that's, like, a friend of yours?
Oh, man.
I wish I had a friend like that for me.
You mean before this relationship?
Not for Simone.
For the one previous.
I've been engaged before.
No, I know.
Yeah. I mean, clearly that's hard. I mean, I think because clearly this chick is a total bitch.
I could have used this friend, but in the situations where I really needed it, I was much too young. There's no way anybody would have had that foresight.
Yeah, and it's really hard to have that conversation.
I had to do it one time, and it was really, really hard. And I was like pretty much I had to say, I don't even care if this ends our friendship.
Right.
Like, this is like watching you fucking drive a car into off a cliff and me not telling you to stop.
have to expect that you might lose the friendship.
Yeah, and I put it out there. I was like, if this ends our friendship, then that's fine, but that'll have to be on you because I literally can't watch it. And it was weird.
So here's the thing that I'm thinking. This is what I'm saying about all of this rolled into one little handy gift basket of friendship. These guys have been friends their whole lives. Like, it's obvious that Stu's girlfriend hates his friends probably exactly as much, and especially Phil.
Right.
As much as, but he's that kind of friend to where she can just say all the time about how much of a dick Phil is, and he's not going to disagree. You know what I mean? He's just like, well, Phil is just being he's just being Phil. At the same time, Phil is just like, dude, your girlfriend's the fucking worst.
Right.
All the time. Everything she does is terrible.
Right.
She treats you like shit, blah, blah, blah. So there's that aspect of it thing. But then I get back to the counter at Caesar's Palace, and I don't know why I feel the need to argue this point, but I do want to get it out there. Because it's not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, if he's a dick, he's a dick. But Bowling for Soup, we're like that all the time. Like, we discuss how much of a dipshit Eric is all the time. And it doesn't matter who it is that's listening, we will inform you all the time. Like, if he fucking... sometimes
on stage.
Sometimes the fucking guy is literally just trying to get a 4-word sentence out or whatever, and somebody cuts him off and just being like, no, he's a dipshit. And then and goes on, and he's not a dipshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, that's how it goes. And so I just feel
Does he give it back to you, or is he always taking it?
No, he's not really a give it back to. Now, he will give it to some people. So he will definitely give it back to Chris. He's not there's one thing I should never do. He's definitely not one, that would, but I mean, I'm pretty fast. It's like, you don't really, I mean, you pick your battles with me, I think, and that's it. And then nobody gives Gary any shit ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, because it's just, he's fucking, why would you ever give him shit? It's scary. So, but anyway, that's my take on this. Is just like, dude, that's their relationship. He's just fucking.
I can see it from that perspective. I feel like it's very one-sided, and he never is, giving it back.
I have the best example of all time.
Okay.
When there was a while where Eric used to wear this jacket, and he would wear a hat, and in the front pocket of the jacket, he kept a harmonica. And he just fucking carried this harmonica around all the time. So in this situation right here, it is very likely somebody would have said, why don't you fucking get your harmonica out and fucking play her a song? Does that put it into context right there? Because that's the kind of shit that would happen.
Yeah.
He'd just, he'd be like, yeah, we're in a band or whatever. He'd be like, hey, he can play you a song if you like Johnny B. Good. He can fucking do the harmonica solo for you right now.
Can he?
Yeah, of course he can.
Oh, he can? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, for some reason, he needed to carry a harmonica around for a while, and we all thought it was fucking hilarious. So, I mean, that's the same. See, that's what I mean.
I get it from that
friendship
perspective.
context. But
I still feel like it was mean, but...
I don't disagree, actually, but, what are you going to do?
I get it.
Now, so he's engaged or whatever, and then in walks Zach Galifianakis, and perhaps one of the fucking greatest lines of all time, and this is a much-used line in the Bowling for Soup bus. Hey, guys, you ready to let the dogs out? It's like, holy shit. I don't have a touch screen.
I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack. But when my sister brought Doug home, I knew he was one of my own. And my wolf pack, it grew by one. So there were two of us in the wolf pack. I was alone first in the pack, and then Doug joined in later. And 6 months ago, when Doug introduced me to you guys, I thought, wait a second, could it be? And now I know for sure I just added 2 more guys to my wolf pack.
All right.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine. So tonight, I make a toast.
What? What do you got there?
So this is one of those things where, like, I don't envy the other actors, like, having to stand there in this situation and watch him do this.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Because it's, there's just certain people like that you just, and like him, I know, like, you can't stand Will Ferrell, but I feel like Will Ferrell can be like that. But I think Zach Galifianakis even more, because there's just so much going on in his head right there. It's fucking crazy. Yes. And even when he flubs the line, it makes it funnier. There were two people in the wolf pack. Fucking so great.
In comparison with Will and Zach,
I'm much funnier.
I feel like Will stumbled across a character that people thought was funny, and then he just does that over and over. Where I think Zach, it's so fucking deep. Like, every little thing, like the flub was completely on purpose.
Yeah.
It was, and it was fucking genius.
Yeah.
I don't know why the two are different, even though it's very similar.
No, it's definitely, I didn't mean to get you off on that tangent, because really,
but I don't ever get tired of
but
Zach.
those two really are, it's not really a fair comparison, because I think it would be more of like a Zach Galifianakis. Again, there is so much depth to it, and like more in his lines, like a Chevy Chase, for example. It's like when we were talking about Caddyshack, the little subtle jokes are what makes it even more funny. And half the time, you don't even fucking catch half that shit. It's a different level.
Yeah, agreed.
Of comedy.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's over the top, and Zach is very
understated.
subdued and understated.
I think what I was trying to say, though, is just more watching someone who's just that funny do their shit and having to keep a straight face or whatever. I think a classic example would be the more cowbell thing where Will Ferrell plays Gene and they're doing the Blue Oyster Cult song or whatever. And like, literally nobody can hold it together in the whole and of course that's Jimmy Fallon's or was his shtick back then, was to break it every single time. But anyway, my point is just watching Zach Galifianakis deliver this speech it's just brilliant.
Yeah, I could have never done that with a straight face. Like, watched that.
Brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant.
Did it bring you back to Halloween when you were being blood brothers with Casey's dad?
Oh,
oh my God.
I did think about that, actually.
It only makes you my uncle by blood.
So there's a toast here. And of course, obviously, perhaps the greatest wording ever of any toast. To a night none of us will ever forget. And we certainly fucking did forget.
Yeah.
There she is.
Hello.
Hi there, Ashley.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastical. And yourself?
Pretty good. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
I'm coming. There's I can see the little
The spinny thing.
trying so hard. Ashley, you know what we're here for this evening? We're going to play a game called 5 Questions. We're going to actually ask you 6 questions, and the highest score you can get is 7. Question number 1 will actually relate back to our conversation that we just had. The show that Rich wants us to watch the most, that you might watch someday, and I definitely will not, is what?
Lost.
That is correct. That is 1 correct already. She's hot out of the gate, guys. Hot out of the gate.
You should watch it this weekend.
This weekend.
How many
6
seasons? 6 seasons.
But there's a short season because of the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are they 26 episode seasons or 13
The
episodes?
first 2, I think, are full 22 episodes or 24 episodes. And then there's a really short one. I think that was season 3, no?
God, that's
Maybe
24
4.
hours.
3 or 4 is a short one.
And then they announced that they were going to only have so many seasons, so they tightened the script up, and it was like definitely going to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, we have trouble keeping up with Teen Mom OG, and now they've added this after show.
You'll binge this because at the end of each episode, you're going, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen?" And so you can't not watch the next.
What
episode.
show have we watched that's been like that, where we just have to? It's just Game of Thrones.
Breaking
probably.
Bad. Breaking Bad was like that.
No,
Yeah.
I needed like a break from every Breaking Bad episode. I'd be like, holy shit, I've got a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, it was
now.
super intense.
I'm
I
a little
agree with
stressed
you there.
out. Need to go for a walk.
That's
10
not how
vodkas.
Lost is not like that. You're like,
No.
They just keep the mystery just keeps deepening and deepening.
There's no like gross acid.
Yeah, every
bodies
answer
falling
you
through
get,
ceilings.
there's 5 more questions, and so you're just like, "Well,
Yeah.
I gotta watch
So,
the next episode."
I'm not going to ruin any plot point here, but one of the coolest parts of the show is all these people are on the island. They don't know each other, but in every episode is centered on 1 or 2, mostly one of the characters, and it shows their backstory before they got on the island.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And it's super deep character development. It's
Super
awesome.
deep.
Right.
Yeah, it's not just
And
people
then
running around the island. It's mostly about learning about their lives,
Right.
why they behave and why they are there and why they act the way they act. And it's a slow unraveling. You're like, holy shit, oh, holy shit. And then meanwhile, the minor part is the island and the mystery around the island.
Now, if you're just joining us, this is not a podcast called Jaret Watches Lost.
Oh, we should do a Lost podcast.
This is a podcast called Jaret Goes to the Movies, and right now we're doing a thing called 5 Questions with our good friend Ashley C., and she's gotten 1 correct. Now, let's go to question number 2. Question number 2. On Stu's wedding night that he does not remember, he may pull out a couple of things, but one thing we know for sure that he pulled out is what?
His tooth.
His tooth is correct. That is correct. We do not know if he pulled anything else out after seeing Heather Graham. We all hope he did. I guess we'll just never know because he's moved on to like Girly Boys in the sequel, and then it got a little crazy.
Yeah, it got a
Well,
little.
she actually says that he's passed out in the room by the time she gets back from her stripper shift. So
Right.
theoretically, he didn't.
That is true. Poor guy.
The marriage was not consummated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So does this even count? Because in Game of Thrones, that shit doesn't count.
I don't think it counts in Catholicism either.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Number 3 is also about the movie that we watched this week called The Hangover. In the movie Hangover, when they find the baby, Zach Galifianakis wants to name the baby what?
Carlos.
Carlos is correct. And he did look like a Carlos. I was super disappointed when we found out his name was Tyler, because I was just like, oh, man. Because it's like, okay, but, I mean, he looks like a Carlos.
Agreed.
Question number 4, Ashley C., coming at you right here. In the movie Hangover, we're late for a wedding, and this is a very, very tough question. However, our groom, who we're looking for the entire time, his name, of course, is Doug. Doug looks at his father-in-law-to-be at the wedding and apologizes. And the father-in-law shrugs and says one word. What does he say?
I have no idea. I honestly can't remember. I got all wrapped up in trying to figure out where that was going to go.
Well, it was multiple choice, so let him finish the question.
That's right. I was not finished. Does he say A, you bastard, B, Vegas, or C, B?
It was B, Vegas.
That's right.
I'm the most spoiled 5 questions guest ever, by the way.
Well, I did sort of start to think that you really had seen this a bunch of times or something. So I was going to, because I just noticed that line tonight and I thought it was so funny. All right, so that's 4 correct. We're going into question number 5. True or false? Very shortly after coming out, this movie would be named the highest grossing comedy movie of all time. True or false?
True.
Rated R.
That is true. Rated R. That is true. Rated R. Thank you. That's my sensors jumped in for me. All right, now, as you know, with 5 questions, you are always asked a 6th question from our good friend, Mr. Richard Kubert Coleman.
Ashley C. If Mr. Chow had sex with a married woman using his penis, can it even be considered cheating?
Oh my God.
I'm going to go with yes.
Yes, it is.
Yep. It's always cheating.
Always cheating. Even just bump and grind.
Doesn't matter how big your penis is, you're a cheater.
I feel like maybe like they put a little extra fro on there to hide some of it too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
That was a lot of penis bro.
Yeah.
There was a lot of penis fro going on. All right. So we do have a new feature here, Ashley. And you will be the first one to participate in this. So you've now gotten 6 questions out of 5 correct. Now, here is where you have an option. You can either take the super hard question from Will, and you can try your luck at that. Now, if you do try it and you get it wrong, you lose all of your points. If you get it right, you get the score of 7, which is the highest you can possibly get. Now, I will also tell you this. If you choose not to answer Will's question, you also lose all of your points. So it might be a good idea to just give it a shot and throw caution to the wind.
That's a really tough choice, but I guess I'm going to go ahead and take the really tough question.
She's going to give it a shot. So Will's super hard question.
All right, Ashley, here we go. What featured actor in The Hangover was nicknamed Chuck E. Cheese in high school?
Fuck if I know. Bradley Cooper.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is not correct.
Oh, we lost all your points, but that's a valiant effort.
The answer is actually Ed Helms.
Oh, it was Ed Helms. So I was going to go Zach Galifianakis. But Ed Helms' nickname was really Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I tied it into the podcast.
That is
You
amazing.
did it. That's unbelievable. Yeah.
Ashley C is the first person on the podcast to ever get 0.
You're the first person to ever get 0, Ashley.
Congratulations.
Yay! In the opposite direction. So.
We have a new plaque for all the zeros.
Let me just... I'm not certain of this, but I'm pretty sure you will be joined by a long list of zeros in the future, Ashley. Thank you so very much for being a part of the podcast. Or filming on a Tuesday night. We're not filming, but, I don't know. Whatever the fuck we're doing.
You don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what we're doing.
You guys travel safe in the UK.
We will. Stay in touch with us, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Phil, do not go in the bathroom.
Al, just calm down. Sweet.
Phil, there is a tiger in the bathroom.
What's going on?
There's a jungle cat in the bathroom.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Go in. Be careful. Don't.
Holy fuck, he's not kidding. There's a tiger in there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's big. It's gigantic.
This is like the fucking Phil, though, that you just... again, he's like, fuck it. I didn't put my credit card down for that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? My wife knows where I am.
Right.
I bet that dude left the house and said, I'll see you at the wedding. Later, and I fucking love it so much. Zach Galifianakis runs out of the bathroom and trips over him. He's naked, and he's just like he's blind. He's like, "Would you please put some fucking pants on?" And then it's just we have all of this stumbling all over each other, and then he just goes, "Seriously, would you mind putting some pants on? I find it weird that I have to ask twice." Yeah. So we have to send him around to go look for him. He looks everywhere. I never caught that his mattress was gone. Here, for some reason I don't know why I never. And I think I've only seen this movie once.
I've seen it a couple times.
But obviously that comes into play very much later, you know. And then he's trying to look for a cell phone or whatever, and he calls, and it's just like, Alan, yeah, it's Phil. Oh, hey, Phil. Oh, his phone's right here.
Well, and we totally, I mean, like you said, you missed it. I probably did the first time too. The legs leaving the hotel room.
Big one.
Right whenever they are, everybody's waking
the girl.
up. Yeah.
Was that
Okay.
Heather Graham?
Yeah.
This is a very, very important thing that we just discovered today.
As I saw the legs leaving, I go, oh, I need to pay attention to see who that was, because I bet we figure out who it was later, and then I totally forgot.
Here's why it all ties together, and obviously this points to another thing, but it makes so much sense. Like for me, I just thought, oh, it's some random girl leaving the party or whatever.
Yeah.
Until
But it
you
makes
hear the
sense.
baby.
Yeah. Well, obviously the baby's there,
Right.
so she was never away from the baby. Stu had passed out when she came home, so she had just gone in there
did
and just
she put
just
the
went to
baby
bed.
in the?
So hold on. So then basically she wakes up, they're all passed out, and she says it later. She goes, I woke up, you guys were all passed out. I went to go get you breakfast and some coffee, came back, and you were all gone. She had left the baby with
She
the
could have
goods.
solved everything.
Yeah, exactly. No, if one of those fuckers would have woken up and she was still there, it'd be fine.
Or if they had just waited 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. If it would have just taken a little bit longer. But that was a tie-in that I didn't realize until today, and it was later on with Casey. So I had realized, okay, that was her that was leaving, and then the coffee or whatever. But then it's like, oh, well, fuck, that's why the baby was there.
Right.
Yeah, she was coming right back, and by the time they came back, she was already calling him daddy to the baby. So I guess he was just like, oh, just with his dad. You
Yeah,
know?
he probably just left him asleep in his carrier, put him in a little room over there so he wouldn't bug anybody, you know? I mean...
Or they wouldn't bug him.
Right. Yeah, either way. But
she must have known that there was a tiger there, right? No, she came home and probably didn't go in the bathroom.
Well, yeah, it's a 4-bedroom suite. So yeah, she just went to whatever bedroom that he would have been in or whatever. And
why weren't any of them in their own beds?
Because they were passed out.
Yeah, that's what happens. They were doing some fucking partying.
I only ever have 2, so
that's the reason I was in the front of the bus when we had
Not
the
at
accident.
bachelor parties.
Oh yeah, I drank a lot at that bachelor party.
Did you just admit to driving the bus when you had the accident?
No, I was in the front lounge, but I was fucking passed out.
There's a lounge on the bus?
Oh yeah, there's going to be 3 of them in this bus you're about to be in.
Oh really?
Nice.
What do you think? You just fucking have to lay down?
I have no idea what to think.
You have to rent your own car.
Completely
follow behind.
thoughtless.
You've never been in a tour bus before?
Mm-mm. What?
Not
Why
even
would I
mine? Like, that's weird. Yeah, we didn't invite you to Sebastian Bach, huh?
No, you did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
And you didn't go? Oh, you couldn't go?
No, I don't know. I just was like, I didn't know what kind of pool you had.
Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know who you were dealing with
I didn't
yet?
know who I was dealing with.
I get it. Okay, that's
That was
fine.
super fun.
You know what? You're a good dude to just admit that now. Because you won't ever make that mistake again.
No, I won't.
Hey, but you have to admit, still, like to this day, like you almost left.
I did almost leave.
Because they came and got him, and they were like, "Dude, like come back, like because he wants to say hi to you or something, because he knows like you like his music or blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And so they came, and someone came and got you to come say hi to him, and then we had to like stand outside of his bus for like, I mean, I'm talking like 5 seconds, and Jaret's just like, "Fuck this!" Like he just didn't want to stand there.
Yeah.
And
well, you know, I mean, because I don't want to be that guy.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to be like the dude. And then
I
he's
think
just
he thought we were gonna like walk in and be like, "Hello, thank you," but we were in there for a long time.
long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw video of it.
And he drank 2 glasses of wine while we were in there. I mean, we were in there for a while. It's a good time. So this elevator scene that I was talking about earlier, when they walk into the elevator, this different elevator scene. Sorry, this elevator scene though is one of the more popular Halloween costumes of 2010.
Once he puts the glasses on,
Once
that
he
baby.
puts it's just because it's him with the
white
baby,
pants.
and then just his outfit and the beard and his glasses, everything. It's just so fucking great. And then, you know, he names the baby Carlos. Such a great goddamn name for a baby. Have you guys ever been to Vegas? I know I've taken my wife one time, and I made her marry me there.
Yep.
Nice.
And have you ever been to Vegas?
So I'm from Southern California, and I went to college in Southern California.
So they've been there. He's been there.
So yeah, I've taken a couple drives to Vegas when I was in college.
This guy's crazy. You ever been like? What I'm getting at is, have y'all ever done like the pool at Vegas?
I've never done the pool at Vegas, and I probably never will.
See, I used to.
I've been there 4 times.
I used to think I would never do that either.
Are you saying pool?
Pool.
Like go to the pool?
Yeah, go to the pool.
Okay, I understand. No, I've never done that.
See, I used to think that too, and then me and my friend Greg went to Vegas one year, and we were so fucking hungover the next day after a bender. And we went to the pool, and we had the fucking best time ever. Because it's just constant movement of people and just drinking and fucking... It's adults, you know? Like doing adult shit. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, I guess. That's just not my scene.
I was highly skeptical that there would be that many bikini models at the pool. I picture people coming to Vegas that are normal folk.
I don't know. I've got some friends that go to some of those pool parties, and I get like Snapchats from them and stuff, and they all kind of just look like that at some of those parties with those DJs and stuff. Like,
depending on where you are, for sure.
I'd want to go back to the one we went to last time.
Yeah, well, they have like the Hard Rock, you know, and some of them have different pools for different things. Like if you want to be in that like Miami scene,
some of them look kind of spring breaky, like MTV Spring Break. Like
you can definitely.
I feel like there's a certain look that a guy at the pool would do well with.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever had that look. So I didn't really...
That's what I'm saying, though. I wasn't going there to do well. I was going there to see the sights, swim in the fucking pool, pee in the pool, drink the drinks.
In 1998, that I had it. I had it.
They're saying dad bod's making a comeback.
No, I was 6'1", 175 pounds, completely torn up, ripped. In excellent,
you were?
Yes, in excellent shape.
Yeah, he was like a runner.
Yeah, you in sports,
I didn't know you were ripped.
Oh yeah, I was fucking ripped as shit.
Wow.
I mean, toned, not bulky.
Oh, okay.
I was at one point in my life not fat, and that's about as good as it got.
But at that time, I was devastated by my fiance and a cocoon.
Even
you didn't just go out and just rage like.
No.
So you went swimming in the pool, like even in my best day, which my best day was pretty good. I'm just not a shirt off kind of guy.
Yeah, okay, so me too, and I was fucking skinny in 2000 to like 2010 or something like that. And I've always been a take my shirt off, get right in the pool, and right when I get out, put my shirt back on. Like I don't just lay there with that shirt on. But like I like to lay under an umbrella, and plus I got tattoos now, so I don't really like to get direct sun on me too much anyway, but it's just fun just to lay there.
Is that a thing? What?
Well, they'll fade. They'll fade.
They'll fade?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so well, fuck. Anyway, just mark them off the list of the pool thing at the Vegas.
All right, what's the last thing we remember doing last night?
Well, the first thing was we were on the roof and we were having those shots of Jaeger.
We had dinner at the Palm, right?
That's right. And then we played craps at the Hard Rock, and I think Doug was there.
That sounds right. No. He definitely was.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I don't even remember going to dinner.
I know. Oh, fuck. I don't think I've ever been this hungover.
After the Hard Rock, I blacked out. It was like emptiness.
Okay. We have up until 10 p.m., so that gives us a 12-hour window where we could have lost him.
What is this?
Oh, my God. That is my tooth. Why do you have that? What else is in your pockets?
No, this is a good thing. No, check your pocket.
Let's start putting all this together, Like, hey, you got a fucking hospital. You were in the hospital last night.
So my son had his tooth knocked out in high school, and my roommate had his tooth knocked out in college when we were roommates. And they both had the little retainer with a tooth on it.
Yeah, Chris Burney used to have
it out.
Yep.
Every fucking 5 seconds and freak me out because I'd forget.
Yep.
And all of a sudden he'd go, poop. I was like,
Chris Burney used to have that. We called him Byron. And he had his name because Chris would have to take it out before he would sing.
Golf?
Before he would sing. Oh. And so we called him Byron the Tooth. And you would just see Byron just like sitting around in areas or whatever. I'd be like, Byron's just over there chilling.
We had a buddy that got his knocked out and decided just to embrace it. And so he's got a big tattoo that said Toothless and Ruthless.
Oh, fuck yeah. I actually wrote a song once called The Ruthless, the Toothless.
Is it one of the front teeth or?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's daring.
That's just like not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
So Ed Helms,
like a tattoo artist. They're all weirdos.
His incisor never came in after he lost his baby teeth. So that is a permanent. He doesn't have a tooth there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He had a permanent.
I didn't know if it was a Jim Carrey kind of thing where
Yeah, so he had an implant that he pulled out for the movie.
Nice.
So they told me I had to have a root canal in one of my front bottom teeth, which is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's usually on the side.
Root canals aren't as bad as they used to be. I had one and it was nothing.
But I'm afraid my tooth's going to fall out.
No,
so.
it'll save it.
But
that's what I told you.
Then they said it like afterwards, it could like after they kill the nerve, it'll slowly disintegrate and die.
No, I have a root canal. I have it for 15, 20 years. Oh,
I have a root canal for this front one.
Anyway, if I lose a tooth, like,
well, guess what?
I will turn to a life of crime to get a good implant.
Guess the easiest way to lose a tooth. Don't get the root canal, and it just shatters in your mouth when you bite into something because it's dead.
Ooh, that's like a nightmare I've had.
That sounds amazing.
I've had nightmares like that.
Yeah. Get a root
They'll
canal.
start shattering and like.
Take care of it.
I'm going to. Anyway, I'm just saying it. If I lose my tooth, I will turn to a life of crime to pay for that tooth if my husband doesn't buy me a new tooth.
So Alan grabs hold of Carlos's hand and he's just like, hey, look, Phil, and like does a little masturbating thing. And what I thought was funny about this, I actually thought that it was funny, but what I thought was funny is that Phil laughs and can't help but laugh, and then Stu comes up. He's in the worst mood of all time, and even he can't not laugh at it. It's a baby masturbating.
He giggles a little before he tells him to quit it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fucking, So, okay, so we're putting all the clues together, right?
Right.
Leaving the hotel.
Have you ever had to do that? Look at your receipts to figure out.
Oh, yeah. But I actually have done some, of course.
Oh, my gosh.
But I've actually done some.
I understand.
I've done some really kick-ass shit for myself in the past. And Vegas tends to be where it happens. But like, I remember one, like a really good one where I was just like disappeared from everybody. Nobody could find me. Woke up in my hotel room, 30 messages on my phone and still wearing the same clothes. But I look over on my nightstand and I had bought myself a bottle of water, filled the ice bucket up, and put my ice water on a receipt that showed that I had fed myself a sandwich before going to bed so I wouldn't be hungover. And I left the evidence right there for myself to find so I wouldn't worry.
I've like checked out your receipts after like you've got home and like fallen asleep on the couch with like some nachos on your chest or something. And like, I will literally be like, Jesus Christ, that is a huge Taco Bueno receipt. Who the fuck was he with?
My
Nobody
gosh, thank
himself.
the Lord for Taco Bueno.
So I have two hangover stories. One is the reason that I would never do drugs, and the other is the reason I don't overdo alcohol. It was after college. I was living with a roommate who was my guitar player at the time, and I went out with my buddy from college and high school, and he talked me into doing mini thins. Remember mini thins?
Yeah.
No.
So I took 5 mini thins and then we drank all night. I woke up. I'm almost positive, like I was face down on my apartment floor on the carpet in the living room, face down, and I swear to God, my heart stopped because when I woke up, it was beating out of my chest like, holy shit, you just died and now I'm trying to save you. Like my heart was doing that.
Yeah.
It was beating so hard and so fast. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was having a heart attack or something.
What's a mini thin? I really don't know.
What's a
So
mini thin?
It's basically caffeine.
They're ephedrine, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, so it used to be mini thins. This is a big deal, like back with bands back in in early 2000s, late 90s. But they used to sell these things called mini thins at truck stops. So it's like truck stop speed, I don't know what the equivalent to it would be now, but used to you could buy ephedrine over the counter, which is essentially like caffeine times 150.
Right, yeah.
It's essentially legal speed. And but yeah, people would pop the shit out of that.
It was terrible. After that, I was like, how do people do drugs?
Yeah.
I almost died doing 5 mini thins.
Yeah.
And people do heroin. How does this happen?
Yeah, I have friends had that would like have their ADHD medication and they take them while they were drinking so you wouldn't ever like get tired or pass out, which is a terrible idea.
It was like last week or the week before, some kid in the UK died from having too much caffeine. He had like an energy drink and a cappuccino, and
it was like a Mountain Dew, an energy drink, and
he died.
And a coffee, like all within like
Wow.
an hour
or something, and he just dropped dead.
Wow, that's crazy.
So then my second story is why I don't drink very much, and relatively. And this was after my first divorce, and I was at a bar down in Addison hitting on this girl who was the bartender there, And she was like,
never works.
She basically said, keep coming back and we'll eventually go out. Of course, she was just trying to get money tips probably, but I think there was something there. There was an attraction there. But she just wanted to make sure I wasn't just some dickhead that was trying to bang her one night, I think.
Were you?
So maybe. I don't remember anything from that night. Like I remember just sitting at the bar drinking, talking to her, and there was a waitress that I knew from another bar. I used to work with her, and I don't remember coming up. So I woke up the next morning. I had no memory of what happened, none whatsoever. I just remember that I was at the bar initially, and I think there might have been karaoke involved.
That'll do it.
And so I have the biggest hangover ever. I can't remember. Blacked out the whole night. So I was like, I'm starving. I'm going to go get something to eat. So I walk outside, and my car is up on the sidewalk.
Oh no!
In the front bumper, like I didn't have to walk out of my door to touch my front bumper. It was directly in front of my front door instead of in the driveway, which was about 20 feet to the left.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was just sitting there in my yard, right up to the front door, and I didn't hit a thing. Like it was this like a foot away from the wall. And I didn't hit anything. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to ever do that again. That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, totally. You need to park in your driveway.
You were like, please tell me why the car is in the front yard.
Yes.
And
every time I hear that song,
sleeping
I think
with
about
my clothes on.
I did have my clothes on.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God.
Did you go in through the window?
Maybe. Because how did I get in? The car was blocking the front door.
The Popoff brothers solved your hangover problem.
Did you tell them the story and they wrote that song?
Maybe.
Oh man, you know it's so funny because I hear other people's like drunk stories and like hungover stories and like why they stopped drinking like so much or whatever, and I'm like, damn,
that's nothing.
I know.
That's fucking nothing.
This one.
I stole a fucking rickshaw,
and that was only like a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was like recently.
There was this one time where I drank so much I got sleepy and went to bed. I was fucking crazy.
All right, so out the front of the casino, some asshole threw his mattress out the window last night. Little foreshadowing, and then they're waiting on their car.
Well, even when they said, "Oh, some guy threw it out the window," I'm thinking, not even thinking about the ending yet. I go, "How they throw it out the window? No, you can't open the windows."
I thought the same thing. I couldn't put that together, but they do. Like some of the places do have balconies and stuff. I mean,
oh, that's true, balcony.
You know, so you could have went over the
Watching
balcony.
it this time, did you know where he was?
I did.
This time I did.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah. I never really forgot that part of it. It was just all of the clues leading up to it was where it was like, you know, again, you know, that mattress being there or whatever, and you know, it
was really cool how they gave you all the clues and all
love
of the subtle, like the things they said. That were foretelling and everything. Yeah, it was really neat.
So good. And then of course the here's your car, officers. He's just like, everybody just be cool. Let's just get in.
And they didn't. They just got in and
just started driving on
down the sidewalk.
Down the sidewalk. Ma'am, excuse me, you have a really nice rack. She's like, thank you.
Thank you.
So, and to the hospital. The doctor at the hospital is at first, I remembered as this was coming up, I remembered that it was Louis C.K., but it wasn't. But, you know, kind of a Louis C.K.-ish guy. Man, he's good.
Isn't this guy in Veep?
Don't know, but I definitely recognize him from something. I don't watch Veep, but man, he was so fucking funny. He just, his dryness and his delivery, and then just the, like, that's all I'm going to tell you. Oh, here's some more information. Here's some more information. First of all, get a map, and it's right between go fuck yourself, whatever. But they find out they got roofied.
Yeah.
And he just so happens to remember that they needed to go to the best little chapel.
What happened? No love for Eddie. You don't hug me. Huh?
No, it's not that, Eddie. It's just that we're having a hard time remembering what happened here last night.
Yeah, was there a wedding here? Do you do weddings here?
You're cracking my balls, man. I love these guys. Zoraya, what are you doing? Bring my friend some tea, some baklava, huh? Come on. Unbelievable, man. Look at this chick. Beautiful ass, no fucking brain, but this is Vegas. You want intimacy? Forget about it. You're gonna get sex. That's it here, man. No problem for me, though. You want some chicks? I can get you beautiful chicks. From the Eastern Bloc, no questions. Clean, tight. The tits like that, the nipple like that.
But I mean, he's just saying what the best part of this guy when they're first running into him, and he's like, "This is the craziest motherfucker I've ever met in my life," and he's pointing to Stu, and you're like,
Right, what?
"No, this guy is not crazy at all. What the hell happened?" But then they get the fucking pictures out or whatever, and Alan goes, "Congratulations, Stu, you got married." And then he brings out the high roller package. We've got mugs, hats.
We got married next to a different strip club in Dallas.
We did.
And not in Dallas, in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah. Well, I kept looking.
It was a strip gun club.
That's right.
What?
Mm-hmm. And it was connected to a motel called Fun City. Or no, the chapel, not the strip club.
Yeah, the strip gun club, which I don't know what happens in there.
I don't know. I'll have to check it out next time.
The Russian always tries to make me drink tea, by the way.
Like hot tea?
Yeah, hot tea.
Jaret will not drink tea.
No, I mean, apparently dude, for generations, people have been drinking it, and especially in Europe and shit. Apparently it's got...
I love tea.
She doesn't drink anything during the meal, and then as soon as the meal's over, they get hot tea, they drink hot tea, and then they put a little ginger in it, and they always tell me the ginger melts away the pounds. And I'm like, really? No one's marketed that or anything?
Well,
no one's making $1 million off of this?
I mean, that does make a lot of sense, though, because in Europe, it's like you get your little bitty glass of water or whatever, and you have to fucking...
She doesn't put ice in her water.
Well,
always
regardless...
room temperature.
You have to continually to ask for them to fill it back up. I mean, they don't just come fill it up.
Well, that's bullshit.
I'm gonna go clean him off. Sorry, Daddy didn't mean it.
Oh my God. What the fuck, man? You gotta hold it together.
Holy shit.
She's super hot. You should be proud of yourself.
She is wearing my grandmother's ring.
What?
The ring I'm gonna give to Melissa. You remember my grandmother's Holocaust ring?
Fuck.
She's wearing it.
Okay.
I didn't know they give out rings at the Holocaust.
So when they're coming around the corner to go into the apartment, he's in the middle of a sentence, and he goes, "Yeah, it's got Ted Danson, Magnum PI, and that Jewish actor."
Yeah, exactly.
They're talking about 3 minutes.
Yeah,
of
he's
baby,
trying to tell him,
and it doesn't hit me right away. I'm going, okay, no, 3 minutes. Oh,
yeah.
That's a cute baby.
And then she just comes out, and she's just
Carlos.
like, yeah. He's like, and she's just like, "Oh, come on, Tyler," and he's like, "Oh, damn it." And then he's like, "What do you do exactly?" "Oh, you know, I'm a stripper." Well, technically, I'm an escort, but stripping is a good way to meet clients.
So apparently, her boobs are natural.
Yeah, they haven't changed much since Boogie Nights.
Really?
You think they have?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she had some kids. I don't know. You're going to be mean about her boobs.
She's the fembot from Austin Powers, right? The second one or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right. So we'll play a game here called Rich, Would You Do Her? All right. Heather Graham, who we're talking about right now. I thought it was a nice breast. Rich, would you do her?
Even though she probably could use some fake boobs in her age. Yes, I would still do her.
Yeah, she's beautiful. She's
Yeah,
a really
gorgeous.
beautiful girl, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Sasha Bareilles, who plays Tracy. Rich, would you do her?
Definitely.
Okay.
She was hot. She needs a boob job, but she's hot.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Rachel Harris, who apparently played your ex-wife in this movie. Rich, would you do her?
No.
No.
God, no.
Because of flashbacks?
Yeah, it would be like Vietnam all over again.
It'd be too much. Yeah, I get it. Now, any of the strippers at the end scenes with the giant fake boobs.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Any of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Any of those. Oh, he's
All those.
giggling. He's giggling. Unbelievable.
So gross.
Now we will go to Will. Would you like to do your progressive scale on Heather Graham?
No. It's Rachel Harris.
Okay, we're gonna do. Okay, so Will now do his progressive scale on Rachel Harris, who played Rich's
Will, bros
ex-wife.
before host, dude.
Okay, so for her eyes, I gave her a 9. She has beautiful eyes, and I love dark glasses too.
Mm-hmm.
Face, 9. She is really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Body, 9. So cute little body.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, 0. She's a fucking terrible person in this movie. The worst. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. If you're ugly on the inside, you're ugly.
Yeah.
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 You don't feel that way at all, do you?
Well,
let's revisit his previous marriages.
Yeah. In this case,
I don't know.
I'm only talking about the character, though. She's probably a lovely person.
I've always thought Rachel Harris was kind of cute, but I like, she's 5 years older than me.
It's weird because she kind of
It's
looks
in my wheelhouse.
She kind of looks like my ex-wife.
Hey, my wife's 5 years older than me.
You did it, dude.
Yeah.
You fucking did it.
You fucked up.
So the cops bust in here, and you can't ever, anytime Rob Riggle is on screen, you can't not laugh.
Yeah, and Rob Riggle even.
Is it Rob Riggle?
Yeah. Sorry.
What did I say?
Regal.
The Regal Beagle.
But I'm Texan. Like, he can't give me a little bit of a break.
Just accent? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know what the
Can
fuck.
be if you want to be.
Yeah, if you just play along, know.
Regal. See?
Let me ask you a question. Do any of you gentlemen have a heart condition or anything like that?
No. Okay, kids, you're in for a real treat today. These gentlemen have kindly volunteered to demonstrate how a stun gun is used to subdue a suspect. That's right.
Wait a second, what?
Now, there's two ways to use a stun gun. Up close and personal.
Really weird.
Or you can shoot it from a distance. Now, do I have any volunteers who want to come up here and do some shooting?
And he's like, let's go, handsome. Not you, fat Jesus. Slide it on back. And then he's just like, right in the nuts. That was beautiful.
Physical comedy of Zach Galifianakis in the handcuffs, and he's in the middle.
Yeah.
And they're trying to walk the other way, and brilliant.
I cracked up so hard when he kicked that little kid's cell phone out of his hand.
Well, and when he kicks that phone and the look on that kid's face.
It's murder.
It is like, it was amazing. I mean, the casting of that kid was brilliant.
It was great,
and then
yeah.
just him getting the opportunity to come up and shoot him and just...
Yeah, the guy's like, I like your intensity.
Yeah, just staring him down.
In the face.
In the face.
Facial.
And then, so we find ourselves at the impound yard, right? And they're just so scared something's going to be wrong with the car, or whatever. And obviously it comes and it's pristine. Everything's fine. And
that was a funny bit because in the very beginning, when the dad's like, yeah, take my car to Vegas, in your head that car's getting fucked.
I thought they had rammed some car on the highway, but I guess they just almost did.
Almost, yeah. That's when he was just like, "How am I good over there? Am I good over there, Alan? Yeah, you're totally fine." Holy shit! And everybody's like, "That was fucking awesome. We almost died."
That scene was so stupid though because the top was down. He can't just turn his head over like 20 degrees.
Well, it's an old car. Maybe the mirrors were bad.
The top was down.
Well, his neck was hurt. Something happened.
He slept on it wrong.
So they're
stop defending him.
They have to run off the road, of course, because there's a huge condom being passed around. Which, like, that would be a fist fight. Like if the car would put, but like putting a gross condom on me or whatever is like, that's pretty. I mean, I would get the tire iron out of the trunk and fucking beat somebody's ass.
It was so funny because Bradley Cooper's character, it was on his shoulder and it was like it was acid from Alien, It was like melting through his shoulder. He's like, no.
So they start to think, Doug's in the trunk, right? And then out he comes. Chow comes jumping out.
Such a memorable scene when he leaps out and his whole legs are wrapped around his shoulders and neck.
Just got all of his bush right up in his face. And then, but I fucking love you want to fuck on me?
This is the point where I'm sitting on the couch watching this movie and there are children going in and out, so I'm totally pausing. And then Emma comes in and sits by Jaret to do some stuff on the computer at the kitchen table, and she's just watching the movie. And I pause it and he looks at me like, what are you doing? And I was like, there's a very naked man about to jump out of this trunk. And he's like, oh yeah. So I would have watched it in our room.
He's like, I'm not going to fuck on you. I hate Godzilla too.
I know this is asking a lot, but do you think that there's any way that we could go to your house and just look around, see if there's any clues for a friend?
Absolutely. How else you think we're going to get the tiger back anyway? Come on, champ.
Well, I'm sorry?
We're not going to put it in the Bentley. You brought it here, you bring it back. What you think, about 40 minutes?
Don't make me come back for him.
Tyson. Yeah, no shit, that was Mike Tyson. Just saying, he still got it.
and what did we learn from Charlie Sheen? You don't drink the tiger's blood because it has AIDS in it.
Right. Yeah.
No, I thought you drank the tiger's blood to keep
then
the
it
AIDS
kills
away.
the AIDS.
Oh, then it kills the. Oh,
Yeah.
I had it fucking backwards.
All I know, the fucking snow cone guy comes around here all the time, and he fucking sells the tiger's blood to the kids. So, I mean, I think it better be.
I know. I get that one.
Oh shit, Casey. Yeah, the negotiations of who has to feed the tiger. Well, it's like, you know what? They must have flipped a coin or something.
Why did he walk in?
They did rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, did they do rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
And he lost, but it was just like, dude, Alan took a punch from Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and Phil like knows he's out. So he's like, fuck it, that's the rules. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rich. I don't know why he went in
He
there.
walks in and closes the door behind
Because he
him.
told him that he had to make sure that he ate it or whatever. Because at the time they were like,
He's a tiger.
It's raw
It's
meat.
raw meat.
Yeah,
I'd still just throw it even if I was going to watch him try to eat it.
Throw it and
Yeah.
then peek in and to see
When
if
that
he
thing
goes
comes up,
after
like,
it.
I mean, did that like, was that a real interaction?
No, it was the tiger was in there probably with a trainer, and then he goes in there and stands where the tiger swatted, and then they put the two mats together.
Okay, I was wondering because I was like, I've seemed, I don't know, natural.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, you could tell a little bit that he wasn't really reacting to the tiger exactly when the tiger did what he did, kind of thing. But it was pretty fucking close
I
and
wish
looked
tigers
good.
weren't mean.
Yeah, well, they are.
I know.
what do tigers dream of when they take a little tiger snooze? Do they dream of mauling zebras or Halle Berry in her Catwoman suit?
Don't you worry your pretty strapping head. We're gonna get you back to Tyson in your cozy tiger bed.
Then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, oh, Doug, 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 Doug. But if he gets murdered by a meth tweaker, we're shit out of luck. Thank you. That was karaoke. So, and Will was saying this earlier too. So he just ad-libbed this. He just fucking around, right?
Yep.
Like they were sitting there. I think it was just a matter of just, they're just.
If you ever watched him on The Office, like this would make so much sense because his character
Well, he's in a
makes up these songs
barbershop
constantly.
quartet, right?
Yeah, but he still is always
Yeah.
like doing stuff like this, making up these like
Very
silly
musical.
songs.
Yeah, he plays the banjo too.
Oh, did he take the Steve Martin masterclass?
Oh,
and
shit.
he got past the first step.
He probably did.
Man, all those classes are available to me, and I haven't watched one.
You went and bought it.
Yeah, $100
The second you saw it.
The
and then
second
you
I saw it.
haven't,
What'd you buy?
The Steve Martin Master Comedy Class.
He did run it by you. Ira was here when he ran it by you.
Oh, I don't care. I was just
Oh,
wondering
okay.
what it was.
Yeah.
He also bought like karate classes and like a photography thing, and he doesn't do karate
Yes, he
above
does.
water
Yeah, thank
or
you.
take pictures.
So, them getting to see the security footage is so fucking amazing.
karate class.
I didn't buy karate classes. She's fucking with you about that. I did buy a photography class and never use it, but no, I never bought any karate classes. That's Jesus Christ.
Roadhouse.
So the scenes from the security cameras just so fucking amazing because you get this glimpse of the shape they were in and just Alan peeing in the pool. And Phil's like, really? He's like, should I wait outside? Mike Tyson's like, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, after getting punched in the face by Mike Tyson, I probably wouldn't want to like hang around anymore.
And then they fucking take the tiger out on a leash and then Bradley Cooper's like, I just want to say, like, this is like one of the finest specimens of an animal I've ever seen. And then he's just like, I'm gonna fuck this tiger.
Now, I don't know how they did that.
What? How they did the fucking of the tiger?
How they did all the tiger walking and stuff. How they superimposed them.
Well, you would think that, like, all that black and white footage would be super easy, but can't you just have a tame tiger and just fucking
maybe?
I don't know. I mean, like, they're like some of the scenes in Anchorman with the bears are real, right? Like they're actually.
Yeah, did you see that bear with the karate guy and the woman? They're like in a television studio, and he's got the bear in a chain, and he's sitting next to the bear, and the bear's all sitting there like a person, and he's like the trainer, and it's a friendly bear, but fucking something that woman did sitting next to him pissed him the fuck off because he just went to town on her, and the trainer had to like literally beat on him to get the bear off of her.
Jesus.
So, like anything could happen.
I don't put myself in situations with predators.
Yeah.
Right.
Apex predators? No thanks.
No. So I like to live.
Yeah. So the Will Ferrell did the basketball movie. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And there's a bear in that one. For some reason, he had a thing for bears for a while. Anyway, that bear is in there with people, trainer, all that shit. And months after that movie, that bear like killed its trainer. Like, it's a thing. Yeah. So
remember that documentary about the guy that went and, like lived with the bears?
Yeah, he didn't make it either.
And that was like the whole thing. And he like could communicate with them, and it was like this whole thing. And he like was just like living in the wild and videotaping himself. Then they fucking killed him.
Yep.
Because they're bears.
They're bears.
You know what bears like? Human meat.
Yeah, they like meat when they're hungry. Yep. If they're not hungry, you may be lulled into a false sense of security. But when they're fucking hungry, you're just food.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
or just pissed off, like that freaking orangutan that like mauled that lady's face off.
Yeah, no shit. It's so silly that we try to do this, humanize these animals. That
I mean, like I still want a monkey.
They're
for
not.
Sure.
They are not domesticated.
I'm just not gonna have sex with it like that lady did.
Oh, I forgot about that thing.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was having like a sexual relationship with this orangutan, and that's why it mauled the fuck out of her friend.
I did not know that.
Yes,
it was sexual.
Mm-hmm.
She was having a sexual relationship with the fucking monkey. Oh, I'd never heard that part.
Her friend came by. I think the friend like tried to like hug her or do something. Anyway, the monkey
was like, "No, that's my pussy."
Ripped her fucking face off.
Wow. Yeah, I knew that happened, and I didn't know why.
And she lived, and now she just has like no face.
Right.
They can do face transplants now, though.
And
it's not the same.
And that's how AIDS started.
They are doing a head transplant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Oh my God! Yes, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Can you believe? What are the possibilities at that point?
What do you mean?
Probably not high, but they got to start somewhere.
Like, can I kill Channing Tatum?
Brain transplant.
All you want is his head?
No, I don't want his head.
No,
Why would I want his head?
But his brain could whip that fucking body into shape. He's done it before.
I'll just take your brain and just put it inside
I don't understand
of
how
Channing Tatum.
that helps me at all, Casey.
Put your brain inside Channing Tatum's head, and then you're fine. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just top to bottom.
The only thing I'd be worried about
my head on his body, I'll be fine.
If you put my brain into Channing's head,
Channing Tatum,
whatever his name is, fucker, I would be worried that root beer would taste different.
It's your brain.
But he has different tongue.
Taste buds?
Yeah, taste buds.
Wait, you're not taking your brain out. You're taking the head off of your body and putting it on his body.
I'm giving you the perk of like also having his face.
Yeah.
In my hypothetical
I don't want his
situation.
face.
My face
is amazing.
My head on
Taint
Channing or whatever his name is would
Taint
look
Channing.
It would look weird.
That's really good.
I'd get over it.
But if they just put his head on your body, you'd have like really awesome dancing skills.
I already do.
Like in Step Up to the Street.
Well, he'd be frustrated because he'd have the mental awareness to be able to do it,
Not
but
the physical
capacity.
All right, we got the money, 80 grand cash.
Throw it over. Then I give you Doug.
I'm sorry. First of all, good morning. We didn't catch your name last night.
Mr. Chow. Leslie Chow.
Mr. Chow, it is a pleasure. My name is Stu, and we would very much appreciate an opportunity to see Doug before we give you the money, just to verify that he's okay. If that's cool.
Of course, Stu. That is cool.
He's so good, man. And they're
when they rammed the car into their car, Phil would have died
for sure.
Yeah.
Dead.
That's a 1962 Mercedes 2220 SL.
I'm not even sure it matters which car it is.
It's a 1960s car.
And that SUV was hitting that window where his head was literally inches from.
He would definitely be gone.
You're right.
And certainly not just, oh, hey, what happened?
You know what? This movie's not realistic.
And they were finally gonna call home, tell him everything was all good, and then just sideswipes. He's the guy's like, there's nothing in this bag. Chow's like, there's nothing in this bag. He throws it down and he starts to stomp on it. And Alan's like, hey, there's Skittles in there. It's funny because he's so fat. So we do. Okay, so yes, we're a little crossed up here. We have the one interaction that happens at night. We have the wreck, and then back to the hotel. We gotta Rain Man the shit out of the fucking count the cards or whatever.
I love the Rain Man down the escalator scene. That was
so
awesome.
good. Well, and also it's funny because he foreshadows that back where he's just like, "Hey, Rain Man did it, and he was a retard." And then he gets, but one of the fucking best throwaway lines is, "Alan, did you just eat sofa pizza?" He just finds a piece of pizza in there.
It could have been that old.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was from last night. It's fine.
Yeah, I agree. You know, in Italy, they just leave that shit out for days. Yeah. We had a piece of pizza out for a day the other day. I thought about eating some of it, but I didn't.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Did you do it?
He did it.
I thought about it, but I didn't.
It's not good for you.
Because we're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. And we'll never, ever, ever, ever leave each other. We're the best three friends that anyone could have. I mean, the three best friends that anyone could have. Fucking love singing that song.
He's great.
I like to sing it all the time.
It's like you, Rich, and Casey.
Because we're the four best friends that anyone could have. So long, gay boys.
Remember when we saw Doug's mattress impaled on that statue?
Yeah, it's because we threw it out the window.
No, impossible. You can't open windows in Vegas hotels.
Well, then how did it get... Oh, my God!
Whoa, what's going on?
Doug was trying to signal someone.
Holy shit!
Yes.
How did you figure that out?
Doug made me realize it.
Doug?
Not our Doug, Black Doug.
Hey, easy with that shit. Come on.
Sorry. Can someone tell me where White Doug is?
He's on the roof, Alan.
Yes! He's on the roof. We must have taken him up there on his mattress as a prank so he'd wake up on the roof.
Black Doug really is funny. Like when he goes, "Oh, damn, I must have got the bags mixed up. Oh, man, Martha's going to be mad about this one."
So Doug, he had a blanket on there. Why was he so sunburned? Like he was sunburned.
Well,
because
hot.
Does it go through the blanket though?
Well, he passed out up there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it definitely goes through the white shirt.
Yeah, because
for
he
sure,
was sleeping up there for a while.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the shade, but at that time of the
That's
day.
a good point, yeah.
He's in the middle of the desert
Plus
on a
it was
roof.
2 days.
Was it 2 days?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Now,
And
how
the
do you feel
second
about
day,
that?
He didn't even have a fucking mattress to sleep on.
You think you could find a spot and just go there and yell and be like,
It's
"Hello?"
actually, he could have died up there. I mean,
easily.
In Las Vegas, on the roof with no water, you can die.
During wedding season.
Oh,
I definitely
shit.
don't think you'd have been ready for your wedding in 3 hours. I don't think that would have happened, but you know, what are you going to do?
Hey, what are you doing next weekend?
I don't know, working. Why?
Because I was thinking maybe I'd come back and take you out to dinner or something.
Really? Like a date?
Yeah, like a date. Only one that hopefully I'll remember.
Sounds good.
Stu! Come on!
A little mini me.
That relationship's never going to work.
If hookers actually fell for nice guys and quit the business, there'd be 0 hookers left.
Yeah, I really wanted this to work out. I was kind of bummed in Hangover 2 when this wasn't a thing anymore.
Oh, I forget. So it's just...
Well, they're at his wedding in Singapore or whatever. They're not Thailand.
Oh,
And
Thailand
what
girl.
happens?
Yeah.
Oh, he's marrying her?
Yeah, it's his wedding this time.
No, he's getting married to a girl whose family is from Thailand.
Okay, yeah.
What happened to Jade?
Well, she's a
I think
hooker
they
in
address
Vegas.
it, right? They talk about it.
I don't know.
They
I
have
think they
to.
do.
Shoot, I better watch it. I've never
Somebody,
seen it.
Unless they just
it's
Austin
really-
Powers her again, and then
It's
she'll
really
give a fuck
funny.
on the
It's
next
worth
one.
watching.
So, number 2 is really good. I never watched number 3.
I mean, it's a total plot regurgitation. It's the same plot, but the stuff that happens is hysterical. Though.
Well, and there's more like outlandish shit. Like
definitely.
They like. I will say that after a comedy is this successful, you just are like, there's no fucking way that the sequel's going to do anything.
Is it stuff where if it was real life, they'd be dead?
And
maybe. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Well, we pretty much just covered that in this movie.
There's
yes.
a tiger in the bathroom. I don't know.
There's a tiger in the back seat.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love that. I don't want to give too much away, but the reason that this movie happened is the reason the next movie happened, but they explained it so well as to why it happened again.
Yeah, totally.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah, you definitely.
Of course that would happen.
Sure. Well, that was just the whole thing. And they're even on guard. I mean, but we could say that enough as to like, it's all the same people in the same area. So they're even kind of like a little iffy as to whether they're like, we don't want that shit to happen again. Right. You know, but it fucking does.
It's good.
Stu, what the fuck is going on?
We went to Las Vegas.
Oh, really? Las Vegas? Yep. Why would you go to Las Vegas?
Because my best friend was getting married, and that's what guys do.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
That's not what you do.
Really? Well, then why did I do it? Huh? Because I did it? Riddle me that. Why did I do it? You know, sometimes I think all you want me to do is what you want me to do. I'm sick of doing what you want me to do all the time. I think in a healthy relationship, sometimes a guy should be able to do what he wants to do.
That is not how this works!
Oh, good? Because whatever this is ain't working for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since you fucked that waiter on your cruise last June. Boom!
So this is weird. This is really weird. But as this scene was going on, I sympathized with her a little bit because he's breaking up with her right here.
Mm-hmm.
I sympathized with her a little bit because I deeply understand this character that she's playing because I'm telling you, it's my fucking ex-wife.
Right.
And I understand her, like, the motivation behind it, why she is the way she is. And I felt sorry for her a little bit that she was getting dumped. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
That's
very
pretty
weird.
Fucking weird. I definitely did not have
me
any
either.
sympathy for her.
I cheered inside my body.
I guess, if you're there's any sort of sympathy, you could say, why did he let the relationship get to that point anyway? Why not just,
true.
why not just not take shit? Or why not just tell her I'm going to
but
Las
she
Vegas?
like cheated on him and then beat him up and then also was just a huge, giant, raging bitch. So I didn't feel bad for her.
He had a huge self-esteem problem.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And then so
that's what was great about this weekend was because he got
Definitely. Yeah, he got to like come out of his shell just a little bit. And as he's walking off, Alan just comes up to her. He's like, "It was a real pleasure to meet you." And she's just like, "Fuck off." And then he goes, "I'm thinking about getting my bartender's license." And she goes, "Suck my dick." And he goes, "No, thank you."
It was classic.
But yes, we do get to see Phil's wife. She's fucking hot.
Super hot.
And the Dan Band. And man, we're fucking wrapping up the Hangover. Everything's fine. We're just,
hey, guys.
Look
what I found.
Whoa, that's my camera.
Yeah, it was lodged in the backseat of the car.
Oh, God. Are there photos on it?
Yeah. Some of it's even worse than we thought.
No fucking way. Give me that. Whoa.
Wait. We look at these pictures together, okay? One time. And then we delete the evidence.
I say we delete it right now. Are you nuts? I want to find out how I wound up in the hospital. Is that in there?
Yeah, it's in there. Guys, one time. Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
Oh, dear Lord.
That's classic.
So good, man. What a great ending.
I'm so glad they put this in here. I watched this in theaters, and I mean, the entire theater was like
rolling,
crying, laughing.
Yeah.
My TV version didn't have this at all.
No, it's like the best part.
This is the best part. I mean,
I have it on my phone right now. I'm just going to show you it after this so you can watch it.
Crying laughing watching this today by myself. Like, just...
Wait, had Will never seen it?
I've seen it, but when it came out.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long time.
While. Yeah, everyone liked the movie, correct?
Oh, yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so shall we play How Is Jaret Connected?
Oh, sure.
All right, so we haven't done this in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the kitty corner, it's Will, here to tell us How Is Jaret Connected?
All right, so Bradley Cooper was in the TV show Alias, which was an excellent show.
Excellent. Well, except for the last season.
Yeah, it got a little weird. And apparently Christian Slater appeared in Alias. I don't remember that.
I think I do, yeah.
And Christian Slater was in Phineas and Ferb, episode Delivery of Destiny and Let's Bounce with Jaret
Reddick. Yes.
Who actually did some voice acting in those episodes.
I did. That's right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Now, do we have any wacky trivia for the week?
Yes, I've got some wacky trivia.
I should not save all of your bits until the end. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
Let's get this new format.
I put them at the end.
Yeah, you put
Oh, I see. You did. Oh, I see where the green is. Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
So, Heather Graham is considered to have very nice breasts.
Early on in her career. I think you forgot to put that at the end.
She dislikes reality TV, so she could never be with Rich.
I thought that boob was fine. I really enjoyed the boob. Sorry,
I didn't see the boob.
She was breastfeeding the baby.
You bailed out on that because there was kids in the room.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if you have a boob job, it's going to look the same in 20 years.
That's not true.
It is totally true.
That is just
You're supposed to redo them every 10.
No.
Can I tell you the truth? I like a nice age breast, to tell you.
Well,
honestly.
Me too.
Ken Jeong's real first name is Kendrick.
Kendrick.
He and his wife are medical doctors. Both he and his wife are medical doctors.
Wow.
And he is still licensed to practice medicine in California.
Wow. Oh, interesting. Keeps that up.
Yep. Mike Tyson was high on cocaine during the entire filming of this movie.
You are kidding. Wow.
It was after the filming of this movie that he decided that he wanted to change his life and turn it around.
Wow. Well, I guess so. It's kind of like, I could still be somebody.
Good for Mike. Good for Mike. All right, here we go.
Let's check the Facebook page.
Ryan Flaherty writes, first, I'd have to say, Rich, you have become a favorite person of mine, and I think you are hilarious. By the way, I'm up to 4 people now. So that's Wendy, Ashley, Chainsaw, and now Ryan. So thank you, Ryan. Okay, the main part here will now move on to Jaret. In my late teens or earliest of 20s, my great-grandmother needed bypass surgery. During her recovery, I was asked if I'd be okay staying nights with her so she wasn't alone. We would sit up and watch the Game Show Network from the time I got there until she went to bed at night. It wasn't during that time, but not long after, that she ended up passing away. I cherish those memories with all my heart to this day. When I would leave my home and begin the drive to spend those nights with my grandma, I would listen to Let's Do It for Johnny in my car. The song Pictures He Drew became a favorite of mine. The reason for bringing this up is a simple one. I can remember where I was when I first heard 2 songs. American High Five's Flavor of the Week. I was in Lennard's parking lot with my sister, and Bowling for Soup's Girl All the Bad Guys Want was on the radio as I was at a red light in Freeport, Illinois. I even remember which red light. It shows great importance that I remember the very moment I heard those songs. They stuck with me for whatever reason, but the album Let's Do It for Johnny will forever hold the closest place in my heart and soul. I listen to those songs to this day, and I'm taking it back to that time I spent with my great-grandmother one last time. I am forever grateful for that. Bowling for Soup has always been a band I can count on for a laugh and sometimes, in this case, a well-needed cry. Thank you very much to the whole band.
Oh, man. That's the greatest fan mail of all time. I have chills right now.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And so was that him playing Where to Begin on the guitar?
Yep.
A little snippet of him performing Where to Begin. It's one of my favorites. I wrote during an episode of Law and Order. I wrote that song.
You won't get your feelings hurt if I had to ask him if that was one of Jaret's songs or one of his songs.
Oh, no.
What's Rich's deal?
Candace Powell writes, howdy, I was introduced to your show by the fantastic Price family.
Yes, that's Ryan the intern's family.
Oh, yeah.
I am a big BFS fan. I sported some stickers on my drill team bag and locker in high school, so I was excited to hear about this podcast. I now made my way through most of the episodes, and I absolutely love all the things about your podcast. I wanted to suggest a movie for y'all, Bowfinger. It's one of my favorites, and it's so bad it's good. Plus, it has Steve Martin. Woohoo. I have the bootleg version, and it makes the movie even more fantastic. Anywho, have a lovely day.
Man, I have the Bowfinger thing is really weird. Just over the last couple of weeks, I've seen that. It's Eddie Murphy and Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm. And Eddie Murphy plays a really odd character, right?
Yeah. I have never seen it.
Oh, you've never seen it?
No, but for some reason, it's come up lately on my Facebook page, and not somebody discussing it with me. It's just been a topic of conversation or whatever. And then, and this, I guess, came up recently on our page as well the other day. So anyway, I mean, that would be a good one just because I think it got pretty bad reviews, but it does have its own cult following or whatever. Yeah. So it might be a good one.
Zach Pequino writes, I think I'm saying that wrong, but as close as I can get. While listening to the Alien episode, you asked the question, would you do her? Speaking of Sigourney Weaver, my answer would be no, because she looks too much like Glenn Danzig. And then he said a picture of like tiles of 20 of a bunch of Sigourney. Was like, you know, can you guess which one is Sigourney, which one is Danzig? And they all like so similar. It's hard to pick.
That's super mean.
There's a hilarious episode of Portlandia with Glenn Danzig in it. It's awesome.
I didn't see that one. I don't think.
Yeah, they play the goth couple.
Oh, maybe that. Oh.
And they go to the beach on the river, and Glenn is there. It's hilarious.
Funny.
The other day, Casey washed her hair and was blow drying her hair, and her hair is getting longer, and it's like the exact.
And my hair's super fuzzy and horrible.
And it's the exact length of Glenn Danzig's hair. You know, it's like just below the shoulders where it's been his whole life. And so I like just put her bangs in front of her face and just started, Mother, tell your children not to walk my way.
I let him commit to the bit for a while.
Mother.
Two lines too many.
Oh. Thank you for sharing this week. Person, Crutzlam Carr, Sweehurst, Todd Clark, and Craig Oxley. We're actually doing this one on a Tuesday because we'll be heading to England. So if you would be so kind as to share our Bridesmaids episode, we would love you forever, and we'll try and get you mentioned next time. Follow us on all the socials. You can find us everywhere at JaretGoesToTheMovies.com. We're Jaret Movies on Twitter and Instagram. Suggest and vote for future movies on Reddit at @JaretGoesToTheMovies. And find us on Facebook, YouTube, and everything by searching for Jaret Goes to the Movies. Find me on all the socials using JARET2113. Find Rich on all the socials using Rich Coleman TX. Find Casey on all the socials using Casey Yant. And find Will with 1L using Will Vark. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a blast. Always fun to talk about a funny movie. And, it's as I was listening to this one, it was a little bit easier for me to like pick things to talk about than it was Bridesmaids, even because I'm trying to figure out how to do comedy. Like, how do we talk about where every fucking line is funny?
Right.
We're only going to pull 16 to 20 clips.
Right.
And you can't just repeat the whole goddamn movie,
right,
which we've talked about before. But anyway, I feel like we both Bridesmaids and this one were a lot of fun. And so always fun to laugh and share laughter with you guys. We're called Jaret Goes to the Movies, and
I like you more than a friend. Sorry.
As always, we'll see you down the road.